keeping a flat back. So at this point, our primary goal, we're getting a little bit of stretch in our legs, but primarily we're thinking about warming up our lower back. Our first move today includes a fair bit of back work, and so we want to have these muscles already starting to do a little bit of work before we go into something that's very intense. If you like, you can go hands on your legs, and again, just slowly start to bend forward, keeping that flat back. A good thing to think about here that'll help that back stay very flat is to think about driving your hips up and back, as opposed to thinking about bringing chest down, which tends to turn into a rounded back. Think about pushing your butt up and back, and you'll notice that increases stretch also on the inside of your thighs and in your hamstrings. Let's move with our breath, so we'll try a big breath in, exhale, hips up and back, and naturally our chest will drop a little bit towards the floor. Let's try two more. Breath in, exhale, hips up and back, and one last. Again, breath in, exhale. Good, and come on up. And by the end of that, even when you stand up, you should notice a little bit of fatigue in the low back. A good sign that those back muscles are really working. We'll come to the back of our mat, and again, we'll go into a forward bend here, this time allowing your back to round forward. So in this position, it should feel a little bit more like a stretch through your back, and then hands can come down. If you can grab under your toes, great. If you can't, go ahead and bend your knees. Then we get hands under our toes, and then we start to think about straightening out our knees. From here, let's walk out into our plank. And as we've done a couple times before, I'll get you just to squeeze your glutes and belly button pulls in. And today we're not going to extend into a longer plank version. All I want you to do is really think about your contractions here. Can I get everyone to re-squeeze your glutes? And then again, pull your belly button in, and I want you to contract those two muscles so much that they start to shake. And that's asking a lot. Squeeze that belly button in, butt cheek squeeze, and let's slowly push back. Hips are going up, heels are on the floor, roll all the way up, roll those shoulders out. Let's try again. Forward round. We've got hands underneath our toes, or we can try and get flat palms on the floor. We'll walk ourselves out just into a straight arm plank, shoulders right above wrists. Give your glutes a squeeze, belly button pulls in. Right now we should have a perfect straight line from our shoulder down to our heel, so our hips are not up. We're not also in an upward dog by dropping our hips down to the floor. Squeeze your belly button in, get that little shaking going on. I want to feel those involuntary muscle contractions happening in the stomach. And then pushing back, hips up, heels down, roll up. We'll go for one more here. Forward round. And let's walk on out. Again, just check in with your wrists right underneath your shoulders. Squeeze your glutes as tight as you can. Come on. Belly button in. We're doing some pretty intense ab work today as well, so here's our chance to warm up those abs. And then last one. Let's push back and all the way up. Nice. I'll get you to come feet together. And let's go arms out. So our arms are up parallel to the floor, thumbs facing back, hips pushing forward, squeezing glutes, creating that little bit of a backward bend. Notice my chest is slightly facing up to the ceiling. If you can do the same, we're pushing our hips forward, forcing a contraction here in our glutes. And then the part everyone likes, the relaxing part, a little bit of a forward round here. In this one, you should feel quite a stretch through your back, grabbing onto your shoulders, one arm over top of the other. And let's try it again. Hips push forward, chest opens, and then allow your chest to collapse, opening up those back muscles, a little bit of a forward round. We'll go through two more here. Thumbs back. Feel your chest stretch, feel the front of your shoulders stretching, pushing your hips forward, and rounding forward. Last one here. Let's go thumbs back, hips forward, and again, a little bit of a forward round. Nice. Last one we're going to do. One of my favorite warm-ups. I don't know why. I think it's just because it looks silly. It actually does a lot to warm up our hips as well. Let's go hands on your hips. And I'm going to get you to do that little hip bump out to the side. I always go through the same sort of communication as to what we should be feeling here. We want to feel a little bit of a stretch right here on the outside of our hip and potentially all the way down the outside of that thigh. If you don't feel that stretch, it's going to get you to kick a little bit further. Then get you to squeeze both butt cheeks, hips push forward. Notice what I do with my shoulders, pulling my shoulders back as opposed to doing this.